And welcome back to What If. It's the last What If in the week of What If, and we're closing it out with the part 3 of What If Vegeta had gone to Earth, i.e. ergo Dragon Ball Z Sai. So last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If Vegeta had gone to Earth instead of Goku, Dragon Ball Z Sai, part 3. So last time, they had actually gone on a mission to Namek per advice from Popo, so none of them had to become the Guardian, because none of them wanted to. Those of them that did were able to get the Dragon Balls back. Both Vegeta, Yamcha, and Tien both had their inner potential unlocked. Roshi had actually sealed King Piccolo away the moment he showed back up, which I thought would have been a quite hilarious thing. I've returned. Hey, Mabuba! I thought that was a funny thing. And because they had inner potential unlocked and through training, a lot of our Z fighters that are very powerful. Yamcha's on the weakest side of them. He's probably only around 7,000 at full power because he went on to become a baseball player. So I don't think his power ever really waned, but never really increased. Tien at full power is around 20,000. And Vegeta, if at full power, is around 1 million after 3 years of training. I think Bulma, if he still marries Bulma, had gone and created a gravity chamber based off studying his ship. So the gravity chamber exists, so he would have spent years training. They have Gohan, who is Gohan, because I feel that they would want to respect the man that took him in. Honor. He's still, his Saiyan pride, Vegeta Saiyan pride still exists, but it's nowhere near the level it was in the series. Like, it's not something that would hinder him in this version as much. But he still, things like honor and pride, he still respects us. And to honor someone like the man that took him in as a young boy, he would name his first child after him, his first son. I think that'd be a good little nod. By all accounts, he's still Trunks, but he's basically Trunks with a different name. And Krillin, even trying to play catch up, is probably around 500 after a lot of training, trying to keep up with Vegeta. Obviously, he's nowhere near close. Roshi's also about the same, around 400 after years of training to keep up with Vegeta and keep him in, keep him at bay or keep him in line for a couple years before he felt it was ready for him to take over. So we last left off with Raditz showing up on Earth. Now, I do believe the Z Fighters, the majority of them, because there's no indication of how Tien, Yamcha, or Krillin, or any of the other Z Fighters outside of Goku and maybe Piccolo, were able to gain the ability to sense energy. It's just something that they seem to naturally get. Although you could make an argument they probably gained that ability when they were training with Popo for the Saiyans. At this point, we'll say they can all sense energy. So they sense it, or at least maybe, except for maybe Krillin. Yamcha and Tien and Vegeta can sense it because they have their inner potential unlocked. I don't think Krillin, and it helped aid them in that. With extra years of training, they could do it. Krillin, I think Krillin couldn't sense power levels yet at this point. I think it's illustrated by the fact that he just walked up to Raditz and got his ass handed to him. Not even reacting very much, or just talking to him like he's like, "Yo, how you doing there?" So basically, they're at Kami's house, and Vegeta and Bulma and the gang's there. Although I think it was Yamcha. Tien wasn't there, so Yamcha's there, and they're relaxing, having fun. It's like, "Oh, so this is your son?" It's like, "Yes, this is Gohan." It's like, yes, I understood Gohan passed. Very sad. But you carry on his legacy by naming your child after him. I respect. It is a good way to respect your trainers, your senseis, and your mentors. And your mentors, yes. And then Vegeta picks up on the power level, and it's not even the third biggest high power level on the planet, but it's a power level that is noticeable. Like, that's a different power level. It's like, Yamcha's right here. Is it Tien? It doesn't feel like Tien. Like, who? It doesn't feel like Tien. Who is this? So yeah, Raditz goes, and he's picking up the scouter these power levels. Granted, they probably keep their power levels generally suppressed. So his scouter doesn't break when picking up Vegeta's power level. But still, he's like, who is this? And then he shows up, and Prince Vegeta? It's like, do I know you? It's me. It's Raditz. What are you doing here? We thought you died. What happened? As now, he probably knows of Raditz. Hell, he probably knew of. I don't think he really interacted with Raditz much before they actually were just the 3 remaining Saiyans. But he probably knows of Raditz, but with that bump on the head, his memories were a bit foggier. He still has memories of his original life. But at best, he's like, you kind of look, I don't have time for this. Why are you here? I'm here because I thought my brother was sent to this planet, but I guess not. Now, I'm going to use this moment to bring up, is Goku Kakarot going to be showing up in this at all? No. Because look, this isn't fan fiction that I'm doing. This is, I mean, technically it is. But what it is I take a what-if concept and I basically play around with the ideas of what is the most likely, in my head, ramifications of this what-if. And to me, there's no reason Goku would have survived the shit. Would survive it. Because what if Vegeta went to Earth instead of Goku? Now, would Bardock and Yin have sent Goku off planet? Maybe, but where he would be, God knows where he would be, honestly. Is he on Vampa with Broly? Could be. Is he on Yardrat with the Yardratians? Or is that what they would be called, the Yardratians? Is he on Yardrat? Namek? Who knows? He's not on Namek. We know that. Is he on just another planet in general? Maybe, but right now, he let's be clear. Because I've seen Dragon Ball Z Sai manga panels. And they had Kakarot be the evil one. No. In my head, that's not how that plays out. Now, I do think Bardock still sends him off planet. I do think that, because that still happened in the story. But where Goku is right now, we'll wait to see. We'll more or less wait to see what I decide to do with that. I might just have him be a nice little... I might be a rash farmer. Who knows? Anyways, wait, your brother? Well, I'm not your brother, and I'm the only Saiyan on this planet, so no. Yeah, well, I mean, this planet is like, why didn't you just take over this planet? I mean, could have sold it to Lord Frieza. And what he says, as Vegeta's, or Rad's trying to explain to Vegeta, that strikes a chord with Vegeta, because something about the name Frieza really rubs in the wrong. He has memories of Frieza. He knows of Frieza and who Frieza generally is, but he ultimately, he's still probably not aware that Frieza is the one who destroyed his planet. Though he might have an inclination, given, maybe like a brief message from Nappa when he sent him off. And so, tell me something, Raditz. Is Nappa still alive? Yeah, well, yes. Tell him this. If you want this planet, if Frieza wants this planet, he can come and get it himself. No, he might do that afterwards. Just he'd probably talk to Nappa, saying that. Tell you what, tell him to come here. Go and send for him and tell him to come here. I want to have a word with him. What about Lord Frieza? The hell with Lord Frieza! Bring Nappa here now! Hey, Nappa, I need to meet up, and could you get here? It's going to take me about a year, Raditz. Well, that's fine. It's going to take me about a year. Fine. Until then, you're not to do anything on this planet without my permission. To which Raditz now is getting a little... Why should I follow orders from you? I mean, you're not the boss of me. You might be the Prince of all Saiyans, Prince, but, I still outrank you in terms of the army and everything like that. And then Vegeta shows off a little bit of power. He's like shows off 10% of his power, which would still be 100,000 at this point. Just do what I said! You will not harm anyone. My wife, son, friends, or anyone on this planet. I did kind of kill a farmer. And then, Vegeta's just... Again, Rad's scout just breaks. I was like, well, we're going to have to fix that, aren't we? Bulma, go get the Dragon Balls. Bulma, Bulma, help you. You have the radar. Go get the Dragon Balls. I'll keep an eye on the big hair here. Yeah. So basically, Rad, they're gonna have to wait a year for Nappa to get there. So. Basically, they spend a year. Raditz is under strict supervision from Vegeta. But Vegeta is basically showing how, yes, he explains what happened. It's like, I hit my head, but then I was found by an old man. I'm grateful to that man. I named my first son after him. He was a good man, a great martial artist, a warrior, but a wise soul. That's great, Vegeta. I mean, what about You don't get it, Raditz! We don't have to always fight. You can find peace. And again, this I imagine is a Vegeta who is a lot more level-headed, a lot more at ease with his life. but still has his aggression in him. That's why he would be advised. Well, we're some warriors. What else is it? I'm not saying you can't get a good fight in every now and then, Raditz, but still, we can find peace beyond that. It's like, what? Your woman, your sons, and then Vegeta immediately gets up in his face like, be very careful what you say, Raditz. I wouldn't care one bit if you weren't here. And Raditz again, remembering how powerful Vegeta was when he showed off his power and broke his damn scouter. It's like, yes, sir. Just kind of gulps. So a year passes. During that year, I do think Raditz chills out to some degree. He does see where Vegeta's coming from on some standard. And he even gets a little training in. Nothing serious, but, going from, I do believe it's like 1,500 they said he was officially at, to maybe like 2,000 or something. Nothing serious, but he's a little stronger. Vegeta. Right. And then, Nappa shows up. Vegeta senses the gang senses them. Now, Vegeta's not really training for Nappa, because he's certain he could beat him. And hell, Yamcha and Tien. Yamcha would struggle, but he could probably beat Nappa. Tien could easily beat Nappa. But they probably still train, getting ready for, the Saiyan warrior, the Saiyan to show up. So they probably get a good amount of training up in the Kami's lookout. So Tien probably goes to like 25,000. Yamcha probably goes to even 10,000. Krillin probably gets a solid boost, like going over a year's time in hardcore training. He was able to, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because his power is actually around 1,500 when it was all said and done. He was actually able to go almost 8 times his power level. So, we'll say with extra training, again, trying to catch up to Vegeta, his friend, and, with a threat coming, we'll say it's just a solid 8 times, which puts him at 4,000, which is a hefty increase for him. So Nappa shows up. Nappa's still Nappa, 4,700, 7,500 respectively. But instead, it's just, Vegeta. It's been a long time, my son. What? Sorry. I was watching a movie on the way here. So, Vegeta, how you been? You ever been to a bug planet, Vegeta? No, seriously, though. Did you know I'm the patty cake champion, Vegeta? So, Vegeta, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you since you were a boy, Vegeta. How are you? I was like, I'm good, Nappa. I'm good. I've never wanted to give you I wanted to see you because I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you, Nappa. Now you want to thank me? You gave me an opportunity to be something more than what Frieza was trying to make me out to be. Something even more than the Prince of Saiyans. A father, a husband, a warrior, a protector. I am many things now, Nappa, and I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity. But then he's like, but why are you still working for him? Why? Why did you do this, Nappa? Why didn't you defend our home? Vegeta, I wanted to start, but it's Frieza. His men, hell, Dodoria could beat the crap out of me. Dodoria, well, alright, that makes sense. I mean, I can tell you're powerful, but still, I mean, Dodoria's Dodoria. Just go full moon on them and kill those bastards. But then what do I do against the Ginyu Force? Or Frieza? I'm not that strong, Vegeta. Which Raditz, Vegeta just looks at Raditz, what's going on with him? He got a little bit more emotional since you began. I missed you so much, buddy. It's okay, Nappa. Well, let's get a drink. Let's get something to eat and talk about this. Oh, I missed you so much. So they all basically, I'm more or less playing around in a jokey scenario, but it's something like that basically where they're trying to figure out now because they know Prince Vegeta is still alive, and for all we know, they don't know Kakarot's still alive, but that's another saying out in the galaxy somewhere. They now know Prince Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, and he's this powerful. It's like, you might be able to take on Frieza. It's like, I don't know if I'm strong. That's true, but I can always get stronger. Saiyan can always pass its limits and get stronger. And Frieza is no joke. That form you see him in, it's nothing. It's nothing compared to what his true power may lie. Well, what do you mean? You remember it. Now, you may be thinking, well, how does he know that? Remember, he found that out later on in life. But he does probably have memories of King Cold, briefly, and knows that that's not what Frieza looks like. So Frieza can probably transform into a higher state of power. And he explains it, but we'll be ready for him. Tell Lord Vegeta, tell Frieza this. Tell him that Prince Vegeta is still alive. And that if he wants this planet, he can come and get it. We'll be ready for him. And they're just like, are you, and Bulma's, he was like, are you, what are you, woman, what? It's like, are you crazy? And it's like, well, are you just inviting trouble to this place? Like, we have the Dragon Balls, we'll be fine. If it took them a year, it'll take Frieza at least a year to get here. We'll have time. And we'll have Kami will be able to give us an early warning. We can prepare for him. So, and basically that's how the plans. They send Nappa and Raditz back. And it's like, well, we can stay and train. We need to keep up appearances, Nappa. You too, Raditz. We need to keep up appearances. If only one of you comes back, it may look suspicious. Yeah, but you can make the argument that you killed one of us, and while the other one stays here and trains. Vegeta thinks this over, and it's not a bad idea. But would Frieza really buy it? But would he buy that you let both of us live? That's the question. Just to send back a message. It's better. So Vegeta's weighing the options. Like, no, we have to go this route. You both have to go back. If you both go back. And Vegeta actually gets a bit morbid right now. It's like there's a very good chance he may kill one of you just because I'm still around, just to prove a point. But if there's two of you there, at least one of you might survive. And they both go, "You really are going to risk our lives on that?" It's only a possibility, but it's a possibility that is real. So they basically go off and it's like fine. They leave the planet. So what are we going to do? Now we get ready. And he speaks to Kami. He's like, Kami. How long would you say we have? I'm the guardian of the Earth, Vegeta. I don't really know the workings of the spit outside of this. However, Kami contacts King Kai, and just says, King Kai is like, yes, Kami? Kami, is that you? Oh, Kami, how are you doing? I was like, all right. Has Popo got any more of that pot? I'm a little low on my supply. We'll work something out, but I need you to tell me the whereabouts of Frieza in comparison to Earth. How long would it take to reach Earth? So, Frieza? Why? I just need the information. Hold on a second. Then said Seren, it'll take him just about a year to get there. If you were to head over there. Why? Because the dumbass protector of my planet, protector of Earth, Vegeta, just invited him in for a fight. Are you insane? And then he just actually contacts Vegeta. Are you insane? Who is that? I'm Vegeta, the ruler of the North Galaxy. And what the hell? So they have an awkward conversation. It's like, we'll be ready. Look, I can sense you're powerful and all, but come on. You really think you can take on Frieza? This is Frieza we're talking about. We'll be ready. And he just and he even just tries to. I'm ignoring you now. Kami, this better work. You better have the Dragon Balls ready. I almost went to like a Nappa there. You better have the Dragon Balls ready. So now they spend a full year training. Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, and Vegeta all train off and on. Vegeta spends a lot of time in the gravity chamber, but he does still train with them off and on. They even get to use the gravity chamber at points. At least Yamcha and Krillin would. I don't think Tien would be inclined to do so. Hardcore training for kind of like the Saiyan training a little bit. Hardcore training, and plus again, you still have the residual energy or potential release of from Yamcha and Tien. I think after a full year, Yamcha should be around 20,000. Tien would probably be batting around 40. Krillin probably is with some gravity training along with Vegeta, probably rocking about 10, maybe even 12,000. And Vegeta probably has reached about 3 million, give or take. Somewhere in there. He's basically Goku power level when he was on Namek after the initial fight with Frieza. So we're going to leave it off with Frieza finally arriving and they're prepared. Also, they gathered the Dragon Balls pretty quick in response. So they have them on call if they need them. So that's where we're going to leave it off with Frieza coming to Earth after the invited challenge of Vegeta with the Z Fighters at his side. So that's where we're leaving off there. Remember, there's no Piccolo either. Piccolo's just he does not exist in this version. Chaozu's not going to be around. Well, Chaozu probably is still around. Probably still does exist. He does exist. And maybe he's aiding in the fight, but his power probably wouldn't be anything more than around maybe 2,000, 3,000 at best at this point. But maybe he still shows up to fight. And because he does have psychic powers. That's the thing. His power level's terrible, but his psychic abilities are quite strong, even strong enough to stop a base form Super Goku who's godlike on some level. So at least, or slow him down at any rate. So that's where we're going to leave off. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for Win, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, whatever, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. This is the week of Who Would Win coming up, so keep your eyes out for that. Thanks for watching, and see you.